complete transformation. Before and after.
A 911 993 that needs some attention. Our task with this car is giving it a full detail. So the complete underbody will be dry ice cleaned. We're also going to put a new wax on the underbody. And the exterior we are going to detail. The paint will be corrected and we're going to put some high-end wax on it for some extra gloss. And then the engine bay should be detailed as well. And then we have the interior that also need quite some attention. The leather is very glossy, which means it is very dirty. Also the leather is very dry as well. So let's start. We're going to first start with the underbody because dry ice cleaning a car is always very dusty and dust travels through everything. So it doesn't make sense to start anywhere else.
The 993 has quite some differences compared with the 964, and the biggest difference is actually the suspension. So the 993 has a new aluminium subframe and suspension. For us it is more difficult to clean because there are a lot of holes and edges in it. I see a lot of people that only dry ice clean the car, but then you remove all the old wax and then it will not look that nice anymore in a couple of years. So that is the most important step, protect it again after cleaning.
sink to. Weightless, floating through the day. Trust that I'll be okay. I'm happy.
So the 993 Targa was actually from the body a 911 convertible. And you can actually see that up here. They actually put the top on top of the car. This is actually a body of a 993 convertible. As I told you, this is a 993 Targa. And the 993 is the first 911 without a removable Targa top. This is the first 911 with a complete glass top. It can actually slide completely down underneath the rear window. And this system they also made in the 996 and I believe also the 997. So the rear lights, they were quite dull and we actually managed to polish them completely and now we actually received quite some gloss again back into them, which now looks much better. We are done with the paint correction and we actually received a lot more gloss than we ever expected. Definitely not a waste of time. We are now degreasing the paint with alcohol because we're gonna put a wax on top of the paint, a 48% pure carnauba wax, and that will pop up the paint even more. Apply this wax with bare hands is that this is pure or 48% pure carnauba wax, and real carnauba is actually as hard as stone, and this wax is also quite hard and therefore we do it by hand, so we can heat the wax up with our hands and then we can put it on the paint. Now it is time to detail the engine bay. We already dry ice cleaned it a little bit, and now we're going to continue doing the rest with steam. The later 993s had a Vario-Rem engine, and this is basically an adjustable air intake. So with lower RPM, the intake was shorter, and with higher RPM, the intake was longer, which results in better torque and also better emissions. This one has more brake horsepower, so this one has 286 brake horsepower, and the earlier 993s they had 272 brake horsepower. So the way to recognize this later engine is the spaghetti air intake you see here on top, the aluminium bit. If you have this, you know you have one of the later engines with 286 brake horsepower. So I guess you're wondering why we have two carpets, because we already took one out and we have another one here. All old Porsches have actually two carpets. One is just a floor mat and one is actually part of the complete interior. And when you take that down,
you see a layer of isolation here. And all 964s and 993s have this. And when you take that off, you see here a foam. I guess that is just sound isolation. And there you see actual body of the car. We actually have an old Porsche, and that is actually different. This is a G model car, a very beautiful yellow one. And the old Porsches also have 2 floor mats. However, you actually have no isolation underneath. So 1, 2, and then you have directly the underside of the car. So no isolation for these older 911s. But this 993 also has the upgraded leather package. You can actually see that up here, the leather stitching. You know you have the leather package. You also have that up here. As standard, you did not have that. So that is the sign the car has a leather package. The 993 was actually the first 911 with a 6-gear manual gearbox as standard. With this button you could actually close down the curtains underneath the glass panel. And with this button you could actually turn up your rear spoiler.